Oh yeah, oh yeah, it's time to go live. It's 5. It's Tuesday. Time to break on through, mofos. Where am you biz? You gotta tell me something. Now there's Robert Cobb. He's in here with me. Hey Robert, how's it going, my man? Here you come. Burns is watching today. You guys tell me something. Does that look blurry? Or is that just my eyeballs? Look okay? Y'all might say, damn, Jeff Clayton, you always look like that. There's my main Shane, who just had a bad spill. Wish you quick recovery there, Shane. Callie, Brandon, Mark, John Adam. The gang's all here. So Natalie says it looks good. Maybe it's... looks okay, Dave. Okay. Maybe it's just old JC's eyeballs. Let's see. Let me get back some. Yeah, that looks a little better. Huh. Jeff Williams tried to call you after you called me. Look what I got here. Oh, yeah. More Slam Buddies. Oh, yeah. Just sent out a bunch of them today. Got another shipment in. So if you find yourself needing, like you can't do without, an old JC Slam Buddy, well, you can order it right now and I will send it to you tomorrow. Can you dig that? Good. Man, I'm telling y'all, this is bugging the shit out of me. I can't see it. Man, it looks blurry as hell to me. But y'all say it's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. I don't have a bunch of updates today. I got a few things. My whole entire last episode was nothing but updates. But so you know what? I'm not really going to focus too much on all that, because if you really want to know what's going on with ANTiSEEN in 2022, or at least for the first half of 2022, you can watch last week's break on through, and that's the whole episode's about that. But I do have an update for you. I was going to wait until I got confirmation from the label, and I don't remember what the label was called. How's that for being on top of shit? But a label from Spain wrote me a few months ago and said, hey, Jeff Clayton, we want to press Eat More Possum again for Spain. What do you think of that, Hoss? You know what I said, don't you? What's in it for me? What's in it for me? What's in it for me? Yeah. That's what I said to him. They said, well, listen here, cowboy. We're going to press 600 of them. We'll give you 100. So that means there's 500 going to be coming out in the great country of Spain. A great country which ANTiSEEN has never played in. Can you believe that? After going to Europe all these years, we've never played Spain. Now I'm going to have 100. This is not what's going to be the TKO reissue where we do the complete remastering, the Jeff Dahl remastering, bonus LP. You know, that's coming probably in 23, I imagine. The next reissue, as you've heard me talk about for quite some time now, is Here to Ruin Your Groove. But I would offer up pre-sale on them, but man, I don't want to do that until I have them in hand. The way international mail is these days, man. Hell, I sent some stuff over to the great country of Belgium last summer to Captain Catastrophe, the world's greatest stuntman. And man, it took almost a year to get there. It went to Indonesia. I didn't write Indonesia on the damn thing, but goddamn if it didn't end up there. But, so that's why I'm not going to do a pre-order now, but I'll have 100 of them. So anyone that wants any of the Spanish version of Eat More Possum, I don't mean we're going to sing it in Spanish. It just means it's a Spanish pressing on a Spanish label. And I think they all they do is just take the original artwork from it. So it's got the old address on it and everything, I think. It's just a complete reissue of the original Eat More Possum. But I'll have those hopefully soon. Let's see, I saw some comments here. Let me see if I can look at them without messing up the whole line. I didn't see no questions. But what else we got going on here? Oh yeah, I want to tell you, give you a little update on Janice Blythe. She's a little under the weather right now. Oh yeah. On January 29th. Now, I'm telling you, all you break on throughers that's her birthday. So please go to her page and wish her happy birthday on the 29th or the 28th if you want to get to it so you don't forget on the weekend. But yeah, it'll make her feel real good, I think. Hell, if you want to send her a card, send it and carry me to my address. You guys all know my address is on all the records. If you want to send her something, let me know, and I'll get it all up and send it on over. So, Captain Catastrophe's here with us right now. Damn, what time is it over there, cowboy? Nighttime? You already ate you some good fried food from that place? Well, no, you don't live in that town no more. Never mind. But, so, Eat More Possum, Spain edition. Coming soon. Very soon, I hope. Hell, I might just reveal it here on Break On Through. Somebody asked what's in the cup. Usually, hibiscus tea. You know, when it's hot, I'd have me a big old mason jar full of it with ice. And but this, since it's cold as a mofo here today, I got me some nice hot peach tea. Oh, well. I may have told you this before, but one of the first couple tours, may have been the first tour when we went to Europe. We played some small town in Germany, and they had a local paper that did a story on us, and it was after we were there, and they were just like, you know, wild, crazy punk band comes to town, you know, whiskey drinking, blood spilling, punk rock, and the singer asked for hot tea. Yeah, they did a whole story on it. Wasn't nothing happening in that town that week. Yeah, Trusty Nathan Trusty says he loves them peaches. Man, give me a peach out of your tree. I know one of them peaches belong to me. Is that some Captain Beefheart for you there? I'm going to tell y'all something, though. Before I came in here to do Break On Through, man, I'm walking through the kitchen. We got these big sliding glass doors, you know, and I look in the backyard, and man, I saw this big brown thing laying there. I was like, damn, one of my trees came down, and I looked closer. Didn't have my glasses on then either. Matter of fact, I don't even know where the hell they are. Oh, over there they are. But I see this big brown thing in the yard, man. I'm telling you, I grew up in the country in Stanley County in New London, North Carolina. I've seen plenty of deer. I saw a white deer one time. I've hit deer there. I tore my car all to hell. That deer that's in on my back, he's still sitting there. He don't give a shit, man. I went outside, trying to see if I can get him to go. He don't give a shit. It's the biggest deer I've ever seen in my life. I couldn't tell how many points he had because, like I said, I didn't have my glasses. All I'm seeing is, it looks like it's mixed up in the branches of the tree. And but he's big. Like the head on that thing looks like, I was like, God almighty. I don't know. Maybe I should take the camera out there after a while, see if he's still there, and see if we can get him to do something. Hell, he might come charge me and impale me. That'd make for a good break on through. That's all I got to say. I hope all the people in the South here, I hope all y'all didn't get snowed in or lost power and stuff, man. I was snowed in for 2 days, Sunday and Monday. I mean, if we're being 100% honest here, I probably could have gone in to work Monday, but Miss Clayton was home. She called out, and I was just like, yeah, I looked outside. Yeah, some ice on the road. I ain't going in there, house. So, me and Miss Clayton had a great weekend together, snowed in. It's really great when you get stuck with someone that you really get along with and really love. Oh, yeah. I won't go any further. Kit Kat says Indian Trail's been fine as wine weather-wise, so that's good. I know more down south of us, they got clobbered pretty bad. But Will Tanner lost his weeping willow tree. Oh, yeah, he's going to be cutting down a tree today. Boy, that sun's out. You need to get off social media, get out there and cut that tree, son. Oh, yeah. Did you guys happen to see that post I made? It came up in my memories. I wrote it, I guess, 6 years ago. I made a post about getting these baseball jersey shirts in Myrtle Beach when I was a kid. One had red sleeves, and it was the red design of Alice Cooper on the $1 billion bill that came in $1 Billion Babies. That little seal of him as Medusa with the snakes. It was a red design of that, and I had white with red sleeves, and I got that on. And man, that was sharp. Oh yeah, that was a sharp looking shirt right there. And then I found one with orange sleeves. Now you all know that old JC's favorite color is orange. And man, I found a neon looking black light Bowie from Diamond Dogs with the lightning bolt Bowie logo. I was like, boo, that's next there, cowboy. So I told you about the picture I had. Man, there's a picture my mom took of me. I'm at the beach, right? I'm wearing jeans, boots, one of these baseball jerseys. Got my Sid Vicious wraparounds. My hair is all like this. Yeah, Callie, man, you can find anything down there. Even before it got, like, real popular. Like, I saw Todd Rundgren, Iron-Ons. I mean, I guess he was pretty big, but, you didn't hear a lot of talk at school about Todd Rundgren. And, I go back to school, man. And this was during the summer, so we're going back to school. And I can't wait to wear these shirts to school. I wore that David Bowie shirt to school. This is Stanley County, North Stanley High School. This must have been 79 or 80. because I graduated in 82, so it was before I graduated. So there was older kids. Man, they were, boy, you know, that whole feeling of you against the world. I mean, I had a couple of friends I hung out with, you know, all the time, and we were tight and all, but good gosh, man, the abuse, the verbal abuse I caught for wearing that shirt was, I'd never experienced anything like it. It's the first time I ever really felt that whole nervousness of like, okay, it's everybody against me, it looks like. But man, I don't know where it come from. I don't know, but maybe I had some of my favorite wrestlers in mind, or maybe I was, I don't know. Maybe I was thinking of Flaming Youth, this Kiss song, I don't know, but I would not flinch. I was called fag, and worse. A couple of the jocks come around with some promises of kicking my ass when I got out of school. And I was just like, all right. I was ready. But it never happened. Not that I intimidated them or scared them, but I was not going to back down from that. I was not going to run and hide. A lot of people I know would have caught that much abuse and said, oh shit, I gotta turn this shirt inside out, or I gotta wear it backwards or something. Not me. I wore it once a week, every week, until it couldn't be wore no mo. Till Bowie started flaking off because of my mom washing it. Dave says he's 60 now and it's still him against the world. Well, I guess what this is all going to lead to is, man, you know, sometimes you do get backed up against the wall. And there have been many times in ANTiSEEN history where, you know, you go somewhere and a lot of people show up, right? And you think, well, they're here, you know, going to have a good time. But it doesn't really turn out that way. There have been times where I thought the entire club was looking to kick our ass. And of course, when we would get that feeling, rather than, oh, we hope you like us. Hey, everybody, ready to rock and roll? Ready for some high energy rock and roll? Come on, clap your hands. Nope. We're just like, we're ANTiSEEN. Fuck you. All right. Sometimes, you know, Joe and I, and this is a weird thing, and I don't know if any of you other guys that play in bands or have played in bands felt this way, but man, we used to love the negative reviews we got. I think those inspired us way more than the positive review. You know why? And you might say, oh, damn, Jeff Clayton, y'all are some conceited motherfuckers. But yeah, we hear a good review, and we're like, yeah, we know. ANTiSEEN is the greatest last hope for rock and roll. Yeah. They're the greatest punk band in the world. Yeah, we know that. Tell us some shit we don't know. And then they start breaking it down why we're so terrible. And man, that lit a fire under us. And not a fire like, you know, oh, we're so. Daryl Tinsley's in with me right now, correct? I'm going to wait until I get confirmation on that, and I'm going to tell a story on him. Callie, who just read Destructo Maximus from cover to cover, said the bad reviews were some of the most fun to read. They were some of the most fun for us to read. Daryl Tinsley just confirmed he is here. Now, Daryl, I'm going to tell a story on you now. I'm not trying to embarrass you, but it's one of my favorite Daryl Tinsley stories. And I'm going to tell it. And I hope you don't get mad at me about it. But Jeff Williams says, Maximum Rock and Roll Bad Review validation. That is correct, Jeff Williams. But one day, and you see, Daryl used to be the lead singer of a band called Seducer. Now, anyone that knows anything about us back in the late 80s, early 90s, man, we did tons of shows with Seducer. Half of Seducer later became half of ANTiSEEN. Trip McNeil was the bass player on one of our most beloved LPs of all time. Here to Ruin Your Groove is one of my favorites. But, man, we used to work as a unit. It's like we were not the same kind of music at all. They were pure metal, not speed metal, not death metal, metal. Like Judas Priest, and they were amazing. They were always good, always on point. Bam, bam. And man, we shared mailing lists because we usually ended up playing like we find a new club would be ANTiSEEN and SEDUCER, or going to this club and try it out. Either ruin it for everybody or make it to where everyone else can start coming there. And we always testing new ground. And one day, me and Daryl were given the task of going and printing up some press stuff. And we're looking through a paper, and I read a review of Seducer where they were not very kind to him. And they especially took some shots at Daryl. And I remember Daryl just getting red-faced. Like, God, I'm going to go find that guy and I'm going to kick his ass. And I'm just like, I'm looking at him like, Daryl, man, listen, look here. You need to look at it a different way, man. Look, they got Seducer in there. They spelled Seducer. They spelled it right. They gave the name of your record. They told how to get the record, and they gave your address. Free ad. Who cares what this egghead had to say in between those? That's all I wanted. Put our name in there. Tell how to get our shit. You can write whatever you want in there. These guys suck, man. I used to get Maximum Rock and Roll to look at the bad reviews to see what to go buy. Oh, yeah. Because that was more than likely the kind of stuff I liked. Early on, man, they started getting, drawing that line between these groups are not good because they don't believe in the scene. And, oh, these guys are so good. They're so hopeful, and they cry when they play, and and I was like, well, you know what? I don't want none of that. Let me see all the bad reviews. Groups that now, if they were still, I don't know if they're still around or not, but they would write around, and they would write, oh yeah, man, we were way into blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. Whatever you say. But I remember Daryl just like, if Daryl could have got a hold of this guy and ripped his head off. But I told him a new way to look at it. And I think, Daryl, I think you took my advice, because I don't remember us having those kind of conversations anymore. But I'm just like, man, I mean, us and Seducer were the kings of taking a bad situation and getting something good out of it. Daryl went on stage sick with Seducer one night. It was not Ground Zero at the time. It used to be called Zapata's in Spartanburg, South Carolina. And Daryl was sick as a dog. And I think the way I remember the story being told to me is he looked at Trip. It's like, Trip, man, I don't think I can go anymore, man. I'm really sick. And Trip's like, are you going to be sick? Yeah. And Trip says, do it out there. And Trip's just like, and they're like playing their thing. And then Daryl starts puking all over the place, and it's like, man, you hear tell of that show for years. If I'm not mistaken, cheese sticks got him. He got some food poisoning or something. Did you break a jukebox? Or did you just puke on the jukebox? Something like, I remember a jukebox being involved, and man, I just thought it was the greatest story. I'd have done the same thing. If I went on stage sick, and man, I just like halfway through, if I was just like, and I've been on stage sick many a times. Let me tell y'all about a time over in, I want to say it's Stuttgart, but I'm not 100% sure that's correct, but we were in some underneath basement club under the street, and man, for some reason I drank a lot that day, and I continued drinking, and they fed us beef tips over rice. Man, it was so good. And man, we were wolfing that shit. We were so, see, over there, man, we you drive all day and then you get there and you're hungry as hell. The best thing to do is wait until after you play to eat. But man, when we get there at like 6 o'clock and we haven't eaten all day, it's like, we had to eat. So man, I had to eat me some of that beef tips and rice. Boy, that was some good stuff right there, boy. And I continued drinking. And man, it got hot in that underground place, man. It's like, I remember being on stage just like feeling green. Like my face was turning green, man. And I made it through the show. And Jeff says he saw Daryl vomit mid-song at Triple B's in High Point. But I made it through the show, and I get back in the dressing room, man, and I'm sitting there at the table, man, and I just go, and it all came out. And by this time, I'm kind of going like, ugh. So I couldn't be counted on to clean it up. Otherwise, I would have cleaned it up, man. I wouldn't expect some poor club person to come clean up my damn beef tip and rice and Jack Daniels barf. And man, that's what it smelled like in the whole room. It's like you're sick and then you smell it. It's like you want to get sick again, but there was nothing left to get sick with. But, oh yeah, the road manager and the club were fighting about it. And eventually it just got left to where, well, we're not going to pay you until you clean it up. And he's like, well, oh no, you're going to pay us because you have this contract with whatever booking agent we were with at the time. And if you want to mess up your bookings with them, don't pay us for this one then. And, and it was that kind of deal. Well, they ended up having to clean it up, but I felt bad about it a little bit. I think I feel worse about it now than I did then. That was many, many years ago. But, man, there have been plenty of times where we go to a club somewhere and, you think it's going to be good. And it turns out a good portion of the crowd's there ready for war. Now, once in Memphis at the Antenna Club. Does that sound right? The Antenna was in Memphis. Anybody confirm that? We're playing there, man, and the promoter booked us as like, not as a joke, but as like a wrench. Like, I'm going to throw a wrench in these works. And he had two of the area, I guess southeastern. Tom O'Keefe's here. He says, yeah, it was the Antenna. And like two of the biggest straight edge bands, and this is, I guess we knew straight edge was a thing, but we thought of it maybe more in D.C. and maybe a little bit in Richmond and making its way down to Raleigh, but that's where it stopped. But they were two hard, Tom says skinhead band, they were hardcore bands. They weren't skinheads. Like, they weren't oi bands. They were hardcore bands. All, talking about, vegan stuff and no sex before marriage, all that kind of stuff. For God's sake, don't masturbate, all this kind of stuff. And he put us right in the middle. Oh, Yeah, there was, it was quite an evening, an afternoon. It was an afternoon show. Oh boy, we came up with every raw, nerve-grating thing we could come up with to try to get these guys just to turn on us. But they, a bunch of the crowd did the worst thing they could ever do to ANTiSEEN. They ignored us. That made us even madder. And they're like against meat, against cruelty to animals and stuff. We're all up there, all four of us wearing black leather jackets. Thomas, you said, tell them what Joe said. Man, remind me what Joe said. I'm trying to think of the things we said. Oh, was it about the eating meat? See, back then we'd give Joe a microphone. And I think Joe got, I think this is what Tom's talking about. He got up, oh, okay, yeah. He said, I'd like to thank the cows that died to help make this leather jacket for me. And I think I was the one that said, you guys don't eat meat, correct? You know, and everyone's like, yeah, yeah. I said, well, do you eat pussy? And then that didn't go over good at all. But that kind of thing. You know, it's like, now you guys have seen the G.G. Allin videotapes that floated around from the 90s tour and all. We never had it as bad as Gigi in San Antonio. You've seen that video. We never got attacked like that, but we've been attacked a few times, and we've attacked back. And see, I just speak. Since Tom's in here, I'll go ahead and tell you this about Tom. Now, man, you know how many times, I can't even count how many times I've seen Tom just take his Rickenbacker and either just throw it behind him and go after somebody, or take it off and use it as a bat. I mean, getting hit with a Rickenbacker, that's probably not a good feeling. I've never been hit with one, but just, I've picked it up plenty of times, and I was like, yeah, that's going to, yeah, Baton Rouge. No, you're thinking about Lafayette. Lafayette, I've told you guys this one before. Lafayette's where we were on tour with COCKNOOSE, and yeah, that entire audience turned against us. The entire audience, us and COCKNOOSE. And we thought we were getting along good. We thought we were going over good. COCKNOOSE played first. They were fantastic. And we got on. And man, some guy just comes in there screaming. Like, not just like, yeah, I mean, like screaming to the top of his lungs to where he was turning red and he had veins popping out, pointing at us, middle fingering us, slashing his beer on us. And Joe just jumped off the stage and started pounding him. Boom, boom. Well, here comes Jeff from the merch stand. I failed to mention something that happened first. I got off the stage into the audience. And I had this long, like I said, I may have told this before, but some of you, if you're interested in me carrying on, give me some thumbs ups and some hearts, and I'll keep going with it and get detailed with it. But if you've heard it before, or if all of you have heard it, I won't. There's one thumbs up, I guess. Okay, there they come. Here they are. Okay, I'm going to keep going with it. Man, Doug Throgmorton used to work stage security, and he gave me a 50-foot mic cord that was white, that was formerly used and owned by Dottie West. See, Dottie used to do the whole white spandex, the white cowboy shirt, the white cowboy hat, and everything she had on stage was white. You know, mic stand, mic cord, apparently, and this one, something was wrong with it. Doug fixed it, brought it to me, and so, man, I used that thing until it just could not be used anymore. And I got in the middle of the crowd, and some woman, for some reason, I have no idea what prompted it. I did not hit her or push her or nothing. Took a full pitcher of beer and doused it right in my face. Oh, did I mention I was bleeding like crazy? Okay. And man, I'm blind. I can't see. So I'm just like, okay, that was not a fun, hey, beer slinging all over. That was intentional. So I got a 50-foot mic cord. A 50-foot mic cord. So I wrapped it up in this hand right here, and I held it with this hand, and I started swinging it like a good old cowboy lasso, and you could hear it. You know, the sound. And man, and I started swinging it faster, and man, the more I'm thinking about this woman just blinded me. For what? Why? And I tried to figure out where she was. I'm one eyeballing it now, and now I just see her. And she's got something like she's going to throw at me. And man, I don't know how I did it, but my aim was good, man. She's like this, and that thing went boom and broke the bottle in her hand. Broke her wedding ring. So I don't know if you may need to get stitched up or something. But after she's sitting there, her and her husband go outside. Somebody threw a beer bottle at me, missed me, and hit Swank Dickens from COCKNOOSE right in the head with the bottom of it. Like, yeah, he got a big old goose egg. So now COCKNOOSE are pissed off. So that's when the guy comes back in. That's when Joe pounds. That's when Jeff comes down. Pee-Pee and the Widowmaker are going at it. Tom jumps off the stage. And for one time, the Clayton boys didn't do anything. We just stood on the stage, and Greg's still playing. You know, the guitars are going, boom, and it looked like a hurricane, like a circle. And they made their way out the front door. And guy gets on the stage, starts unplugging microphones, looks at me and Greg, said, "Show's over." And we're like, show's over. So I'm covered in beer. I'm covered in blood. Commander Pee-Pee and Widowmaker have chased that couple down the street. And they're fighting along the way with them. And they're saying they're going to the cops. All right. So we're back in the club, and we're just like, we're arguing. I mean, we didn't really argue with the promoter. I mean, he was like, wow, that was crazy, man. I mean, he paid us. And it's time to go. But, man, okay, here comes the cop. But it wasn't from the couple, because they had to go downtown and file a report. So that was going to take a little bit. These cops came in just from all the people out on the street. And the club guy gets everybody inside. And here the cops come, boom, boom. And they come in to look around, and they see me. And they're like, "We want to talk to you." There's a black cop and a white cop. This was in the midst of we had experienced the Rodney King thing already. So I say to the guys, "Yeah, man, give it about 10 minutes. And if you don't see me, come out there and look for me." And okay. The guys they're like, "How did you get all that blood on you?" And I tried to look, man, we have a band, and we do a professional wrestling type stage show, and we do the cutting and the bleeding, and it's like, we carry around the barbed wire stuff, and they're just like, huh. And they could see I was not drunk, and I was not, raving mad, losing my temper, and it eventually came to, well, you know what our advice is to you? Get out of Lafayette. We said, say no more. And so we packed up, us COCKNOOSE. I think we took off about an hour, maybe 2 hours out of Lafayette. We got us a room, and we're just like, God damn, this is the first night of the tour. Is this how it's going to be? But man, that's just like one story of, like, I don't know, man, dozens and dozens. It's like we used to attract that kind of thing, man. It's like our shows used to really get rough, and that area from the Southern Hostility times all the way till the Ruin Your Groove times, that area in there is when all that happened, and that's why we hired the stage security people, because man, sometimes it'd get out of control. And yeah, one of the shows we played at Dottie's in Atlanta, man, they still talk about that damn show. Dottie said they would never hire, and they'd never have us back because sons of bitches were ripping the damn ceiling tiles out of the ceiling. Well, about 10 years later, they did have us back. I guess whatever, who was booking and all, just forgot all about that. But people say, oh yeah, man, I hadn't seen you guys here in Atlanta since that show at Dottie's. I imagine a lot of people after that show at Dottie's were like, man, we ain't going to see them assholes anymore. It was like, I've said this before too, it was like there was a sign above us that said fight. And as soon as we came on, they cut the sign on and everybody complied with the sign. It was a big brawl. Somebody asked if it was Lafayette, Indiana, Lafayette, Louisiana. Tom just told him LA. It's not Los Angeles, Louisiana. Ryan says I should do an animated show about road. Man, that would be funny. I mean, I'd be glad to be part of something like that, but I don't want to head that all myself. I mean, I wouldn't even know where to begin. I guess it'd be a lot easier today with computer animation and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we might do something like that one day. That's a good idea. You want to do it? Yeah, Shane, you've always been good about protecting my girls, whether it was my wife or my daughters. Hell, my oldest daughter, sometimes you had to protect people from her, but hell, I'm gonna wrap it up. So, anybody got a quick question they want to ask me? I'll try to answer it before I hit that old finish button right there. But thank you, folks, for coming, sitting with me for a little bit. Yeah, one day I'm gonna have Daryl on here, man. We're gonna chew the fat in person. Talk about some stories, man. There's a bunch between Seducer and ANTiSEEN. There's a bunch of stories to tell. Can you dig it? Somebody just said they missed those days. Sometimes I do miss those days, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm glad that's over. Hell. Y'all get up from the floor, get up from the living room, go in there, and then maybe get you some dinner, and hell, chill out the rest of the night. We're all working class here. We got to go to work tomorrow. I'm going to go see if that big-ass deer is still in the yard. If I can get a good picture of him, I'll post it on my Facebook page. Y'all can see. Dave says we're coming back to Europe. I do too, Dave. Edward Braswell wants to know if Dottie's was the first place. No, we played a bunch of places in Atlanta, man. We played the original Metroplex. That's how old we are. Oh, yeah. Well, I hope y'all have a good rest of your week. No matter what you do what you do the way you do. The only way you know how to do. Rick Scullion says he knows a kinder, gentler ANTiSEEN. Oh, yeah, okay. Maybe an ANTiSEEN that's shy of lawsuits. Back then we didn't give a fuck. Well, you guys take care. Do what you do. Do it the way you do. And when you get through, you know, one day you're going to have to break on through.